Ravenfall series. Is it Ravenfall? I think so. Yep, Ravenfall. And I feel like more people need to read this book. It's incredible. They are middle grade books, but there's four of them in the series. They're not very long, and they're wonderful. So, average rating 3.6, which carries over to Storygraph too. I think Storygraph says the same thing. Highest rated on Goodreads was The Will of the Many. That was one of my 5 stars this year, so that makes sense. My first review of the year was Lies on the Serpent Tongue. And then this is just what my year in books looks like. I'm just going to go through this pretty quick. The ones that are higher, like bigger, you'll see the rating underneath, but they're usually 4 and 5 stars. So I'm just going to go through this pretty quick so you can see all the books that I read. And yeah, First Time Caller, incredible. November Road was really, really good. Um, The Reformatory, 5 stars. And you will have seen me speaking about some of these books. My top 25, that was, I think, yeah, day 11 in Bookmas. So, yeah, you will have already seen that. R.F. Kuang's Yellowface, The Favorites, incredible. Martyr, so good. I would urge you to, if you want to see this in like better detail, I would urge you to maybe either put this on like point 0.5 speed or just pause if you are interested, or follow me on Goodreads because that's also something you could do. But yeah, Our Golden Summer or One Golden Summer, yeah. Judy Blume's Summer Sisters, that's a 5 star. I'm not really sure why that one's small. This was a reread, Love and Other Words. I loved it. Story of My Life. This one, incredible. Till that, oh, To Summer Do Us Part. Loved it. My Friends. Fane. There it is. 6 star. The Paper Palace, again, 5 stars. 5 stars every time I read it. The Island of Last Things was 4, but loved it. Bring Me Your Midnight was 5. Atmosphere, 4. I think I gave it a 4.5. Let's see. Oh, I love the McBride series. I'm obsessed with it. Buffalo Hunter Hunter, wonderful. Possession of Alba Diaz, that one was great. The September House was good. Catabasis, I think I gave that 4.5 stars, maybe. Raven Guard, I loved it. I love the whole series. This one was a newer read, and I loved every second of it. And then that's it. And this one was a newer read too, and so good. It was so good. I think I gave it 4 stars. So good. So my last review of the year was this one, although I didn't fully review it because, but yeah, yeah. So this is all of the books that I read here. Now let's go into the stats. So this is Goodreads. Goodreads doesn't do stats and stuff. I mean, this is basically it. So I'm gonna go ahead and go into Storygraph, and I'll give you a bit more of the stats and like the breakdown. Okay, now I'm on my Storygraphs stats. So this is a little bit more of like what I've been reading versus like the actual books. So it took me average 10 days to finish a book, which I don't think that's true. I did read 251 books this year. Um, this one says 84,587. But it's a little bit different. Like I said earlier, this one is showing a little bit less than Goodreads. I read mostly emotional, 136 emotional, some dark, funny, lighthearted, mysterious, tense, hopeful. This is just like the mood, the vibe. Reflective, adventurous, sad, challenging, relaxing, inspiring, and informative. The pace, most of my books were medium paced books, 192 of them were. Then we have fast paced here, and then 9 books that were slow. Um, we have 12 that were over 500 pages, 73 that were 300 or less, and then we had 166, which this is true, that were 300 to 500 pages. Most of this was nonfiction except for I think one book. So I'm not sure what book that was, but um, then for the genres, we have mostly romance, contemporary, literary. Literary is my fave. Fantasy, horror, which is interesting. Literary and fantasy are right next to each other at this time. That's fun. Horror, LGBTQIA plus, young adult, thriller, historical, mystery, magical realism, science, and then you can just see the rest as classic, dystopian, middle grade. This number needs to be higher. I need to read more middle grade. I love middle grade so much. Sports, etc., etc. And then the format here, it says most of it was in print, which that is not true. Most of the books that I read are usually tandem, audio and print together, or audio and ebook together. But most of them I'm listening to and then reading. I don't typically just do one or just do the other. I'm usually doing tandems of some sort. I like to be able to listen and read and move on with my day and, be able to do dishes and laundry and stuff like that. So I'm always, or walk or whatever. So I'm always listening. My most read author this year was Jessa Hastings because I read 4 of her books this year. Then Allie Hazelwood. I read a couple short stories of hers this year. Tahara Mafe, that's from the beginning of the year. I read 3 more in the Shatter Me series. So then Denise Williams, Michaela Smeltzer, Ava Reed, Christian Cicerelli, Stephen Graham Jones, which, yeah, I'm happy that he's on here, Sarah Morgan, and then Megan Quinn. And then, obviously, all of my books were English. It says German and Dutch. I think those were the ones that were translated from these languages. Yeah, so let's get into, the ratings. So these are all the ratings that I've done. Okay, so here are all my 4-star books from 2025. I'm just going to go ahead and scroll through this so you can see what books I personally rated 4 stars. I think it's good to start at 4 and not do 3 because not everybody wants to read a 3 or a 3.5 star book. I think 3-star books are fine, but not everybody's into that. So I thought I would share my 4 and above. I think that makes more sense. So if you want to get a little bit more in depth in this, you can always pause it or go slower, like 0.5 speed. But yeah, these are all the ones that I rated 4 stars. And I feel like that was pretty generous. 83 books being 4 stars is a pretty good year. So I'm not mad at it. I would love to know what you rated your books this year, like how many 3 stars or 4 stars you had, or what your 4 star or 5 star books were. If you want to let me know, please leave it in the comments below. I would love to, I don't know, just get some more ideas of different books to read that are not necessarily in my genre. Looks like I do lean towards romance and literary fiction and like contemporary, so sometimes it's nice to get out of that. And yeah, I feel like I had a really good reading year. Truly, to get 83 4 stars is great. Out of 250 books, that's great. So those are my 4 stars. This is my next section. It is 4.25 for 2025, and I only have 7 books here. So this is going to be pretty quick. Oh, I loved this book. These were great. These were all really, really great books. That's it. This next section is 4.5 for 2025. This is again still on Storygraph. I only have 5 books here, so this is quick. The Academy, Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke, Intermezzo, Raven Guard. I did 4.5 here, and then We Used to Live Here. But those are my 4.5. Okay, the next section is 4.75. All the books I rated 4.75 for 2025. There's only 3 here. I did My Friends. That was so close to 5 stars. If I'm really thinking about it, it probably is a 5 star. So yeah, I might change that. Bring Me Your Midnight. That was a 5 star. So, hmm. Or maybe I did say it was 4.75 because it's on here and I'm allowed to do 4.75 instead of like either 4 or 5. That's what Goodreads is just so different because you only can do like whole stars, like there's no half or quarter stars. So yeah, I think I will keep this at 4.75 for Mirror Midnight, 4.75. And this one was so cute. This one, I was shocked at how cute it was. But this one was also 4.75. And then I just thought to myself, you know what, if I'm going to do this, I might as well also show you my 5 stars. So we're going to do 5 stars also. And last but certainly not least is my 5-star books for 2025. The Reformatory, One Summer in Savannah, Between Friends and Lovers, Fane, that's a 6-star book. If It Makes You Happy, Marrying Off Morgan McBride, Exit Lane, Catabasis, Summer Sisters, Till Summer Do Us Part, The Favorites, Remarkably Bright Creatures, First Time Caller, Lovely War, Talking at Night, great book, hard to read. The Will of the Many, Great Big Beautiful Life. Contrary to other people's feelings, I really like this book a lot, obviously. The Paper Palace, This Is How You Lose the Time War, The Buffalo Hunter, and Martyr. Yep, that's it. Okay, so that is it. Thank you for watching my wrap up for 2025. I think I did a pretty good job. I'm really happy with the books that I've read this year, and just really shocked that I was able to get 4 stars and higher on over. I think I did almost 100 books, 4 stars or higher, which is great. So, in my opinion, this next year in 2026, I really want to focus on just reading more varied, so different books. And also I would love to try and challenge myself to read a few more classics, also some historical fiction and sci-fi, because I don't do that very often. And then just a little bit less quantity and more quality, if that makes sense. But yeah, obviously all books carry great meaning and they're all important, but I just kind of want to focus on the books that are really going to make me feel. And also, just know if you read 200 books, 100 books, 12 books, 15 books, 75 books, reading is reading and it's important no matter what the number is. My number is very high because I do not have children. I also have 3 weeks off during Christmas. I have 2 weeks off during Easter break. I also have the whole summer off. I have like 3 months off during the summer. I have a lot of time on my hands. That is why I'm able to read as much as I am able to read. It's not a competition. It's if reading makes you happy and you love it, it doesn't matter how many books you read. So anyway, that's just just do what you love. If reading makes you happy, do it. It doesn't matter how many books you read, as long as you're having fun doing it. So anyway, if you like this video, please don't hesitate to like, comment, share, subscribe. And I am so excited to get into 2026 and start with some really great books. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.